Hey guys, Pro1701, and today we're going to talk about how I finally got to see my seventh First Doctor story. I've mentioned before on the channel that I had only seen 6 William Hartnell stories. I had seen An Unearthly Child, The Daleks, The Reign of Terror, which is amazing by the way, The Ark, which I think is underrated, The War Machines, and The 10th Planet. But I am proud to say that I finally got to watch another Hartnell story for the first time the other day, and it was The Gunfighters from Season 3. And it's awful. I find it to be awful. This is probably the first William Hartnell story I've seen that I didn't like. It's terrible. I mean, it's not the worst. It's not the worst, but I didn't like it at all. First off, let me start with the most irksome part. That freaking song that keeps playing over and over and oh. At least I think it's one song. I mean, the lyrics change, but I think it's the same melody each time. I hated that song. I was actually hoping the little bar singer, the blonde, I was hoping somebody was going to shoot her at some point. Because I figured if they shot her, she wouldn't be able to sing in the background anymore. So like that scene in like episode 3 or 4 when Johnny Ringo catches her at the town, I was thinking he might be going to shoot her, and I was like, but then he didn't shoot her, and I was like, and then right toward the end when the Clantons found out she betrayed them and that had lied about where Dot was, I thought they might shoot her out of retribution, and I was like, and then they didn't, and I was like, that song is irksome. If they ever do a special edition of this episode, I don't want any enhanced effects. All I want is a little light that flashes in the bottom right-hand corner. That's basically a warning. Warning, crappy song is about to play again in 3 seconds. Get your earplugs ready. Oh, that like seriously, the song more than anything ruins the episode for me. Also, listening to these people try to speak in cowboy American accents. My God, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. To put it in perspective, I actually had two of my subscribers were talking down in the comments recently, and they were talking about Delta and the Bannerman. And one of the guys was talking about how listening to a couple of Americans, because I've never seen Delta and the Bannerman, but I'm guessing a couple of the parts are played by Americans. And the Americans trying to use Welsh accents in Delta and the Bannerman really got to him because he also has a Welsh accent himself, the subscriber talking. And so he noticed how bad their Welsh accent was, and it just drove him crazy. And because of that, he finds Delta and the Bannerman hard to watch, which makes sense. Same principle here. As someone who not only lives in the States, but lives in the southern part of the States, and that's where I was born, that's where I was raised, listening to, British people trying to speak in cowboy accents. Some are worse than others, but woo. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure y'all have seen some of this. I'm sure a lot of y'all who watch my videos are British. I'm sure you've seen movies or shows where people who aren't British are trying to speak British, and you're sitting there going, okay, you're British, sure. It's like watching Sean Connery and Highlander. I'm a Spaniard. Yeah, okay. I like Doc Holliday the best of all the guest characters. I mean, his accent is also very badly. But other than his accent being, I actually enjoy him in the story. He has a good sense of honor. I like when Dodo holds the gun on him. As soon as he gives her his word, he keeps it. And even tells her lady, well, this young lady right here held me up at gunpoint. Really? Oh, yes. A good sense of honor between them. Same thing with Wyatt Earp. I think a lot of the actors do a pretty good job. The problem is, I've seen better versions of these characters. Like, I absolutely love Tombstone with Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer. I think Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday is the best thing Val Kilmer's ever done, bar none. I love his Doc Holliday. He's so good in that. As for Bat Masterson, I still remember the old Gene Barry Bat Masterson series. No, I wasn't around when it played, but I grew up watching a lot of old television, Columbo, Hogan's Heroes, Perry Mason, Get Smart. And so I have seen Bat Masterson with Gene Barry. And that's the version of Bat Masterson I think of. Also, if you don't know who Gene Barry is, he played the main character in the 1953 version of War of the Worlds, the good version. And he was also in a show called Burke's Law. And he was also the killer in the very first Columbo episode, Prescription for Murder. He was the bad guy in that. The first Doctor is very stupid in this. I don't know. Some of it, like him taking so long to figure out people had him and Doc Holliday mixed up, seems silly. Him letting them push him around the whole story. Here, take my gun. Yeah, just put that gun. That's got my name on it. You go on down there. Or here, you put this badge on it. It seems like he's letting people control him. And, I think of the Doctor as someone who takes control of the situation, especially the first Doctor. Season 1, Hartnell wouldn't have been like this. Season 1, Hartnell would have been telling people how stupid they are and taking control of the situation. No, my dear boy, I don't need that gun. Don't trust him. No, just let me handle this, my dear boy. I expect. In Season 3, Hartnell seems a little too nice in this story. He gets pushed around. He doesn't really do a lot. He doesn't seem the sharpest tack in this story. Don't call me Pops. Oh, yay, that's funny. I don't know. Hartnell himself, nothing against his acting performance, but just the way the first Doctor is written in this story, I don't really care for. Steve doesn't really seem to do much in here either. Dodo's honestly the best of the three. I'm not the hugest Dodo fan, but I actually like her in this story. She kind of takes charge and tries to do stuff. So Dodo in this story actually works for me better than anybody else. Again, the guest actors do more than Hartnell really does. I don't know if Hartnell's health was just kind of affecting him at this point. But, a lot of the guest actors, Wyatt Earp does a lot. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with a Doctor Who story where the guest characters are very involved. That's a good thing. But I just hate the fact that the main characters don't get to do a lot. I do like Wyatt Earp, seeing the OK Corral. I like the OK Corral. I love Tombstone. I love that episode of the original Star Trek series when they're at the OK Corral, which is my first experience with the OK Corral. Was watching that. When I first learned about the shootout and all that was from that Star Trek episode. Spectre of the Gun, is that it? Spectre of the Gun. Maybe that was the name of that Trek episode. I forget. Good episode. Yeah, I like the guy playing Holiday. I liked the guy playing Ringo. I liked the guy playing Wyatt Earp. They were good. Again, other people have played those characters better, but they do a good job with them. It's just mostly the story is a bit forgettable. I like the shootout at the end. The shootout was pretty well done. I like how when Doc Holliday shoots Ringo, he's just calm about it. He just, boom. I love that expression. This is a man who's used to doing this, and he doesn't see it as really something bad. He's taking out the trash. And Dodo's like, I was trying to help you. If you help me anymore, it'll be the death of me. I got a kick out of that. There's a couple other parts I kind of liked. I couldn't think of at the moment. I can't think of at the moment. But overall, the first Doctor, I don't like how he's treated in it. Steve doesn't really do enough in it. That one song gets on my nerves. And I couldn't watch it all at once. To me, a sign of a good Doctor Who story is something I can sit down and watch all at once. I watched the first 2 parts one night, and then the second 2 parts another night. And thank goodness it's only 4 parts. It didn't engage with me. It's not something I don't think I'll ever rewatch. I could rewatch it I probably could rewatch it if it wasn't for that song. That music number just really grates on my nerves. I don't think I'll ever go back and rewatch it. I think it's pretty bad. I don't really care for the gunfighters. So what do you think? Do you like the gunfighters? Do you dislike the gunfighters? Another quick thing. I will never forget what was running through my head, especially in the 3rd and 4th episodes. This is a sign that I didn't like this episode was, wow. As I'm watching it, I'm thinking, the Savages is missing, the Smugglers is missing, Fury from the Deep is missing, Power of the Daleks is missing, but no, I still have this. Really? Of everything that survived, I have this. Especially like seasons 3 and 4 are in such rough shape, but no, I still have the Gunfighters complete. I would trade all 4 episodes of the Gunfighters for, some Fury from the Deep, some Power of the Daleks, some Daleks Master Plan. So I was very frustrated that this story still survived when there's, I think, much better stories with episodes missing. Even in season 3, there's just stuff I would rather have, I think. This episode was a bit disappointing. So, what do you think of the Gunfighters? Also, I'm curious, because that means I've seen, from Hartnell, I've seen 3 stories from season 1, 3 stories from season 3, and 1 story from season 4 of Hartnell. I've never seen any of season 2's stuff from Hartnell, ever. I've never watched a season 2 episode, or at least never a whole one. I've seen bits and pieces. Like I've seen, of course, the farewell speech from Dallas Invasion I've heard. So I would actually like to know what you think of Hartnall's seasons, ranking them. How would you rank them? What is Hartnall's best season? What is Hartnall's worst season? Comment down below. When you're also letting me know what you think of the Gunfighters, tell me how you would rank Hartnall's seasons. I'm curious. Also, this will let me know who watched the video till the end. Other things to do, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click that bell for notifications. I have also started a Patreon channel if you would like to support what I do here. And there are several tiers in there that let you make video requests, sometimes multiple video requests per month for things you would like to see me talk about. But most importantly, stay safe out there, and thank you for watching.